Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And today we're talking about this week's episode of The Flash.
Season 7, Episode 17, Heart of the Matter Part 1.
Finally.
I didn't even have to look.
It was good.
It was.
It was good.
It was.
I enjoyed it. I am, however, frankly a little irritated about the age difference of the twins. What the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm a little... They're supposed to be twins.
I think they're just not going that route. I think they're just doing what they want to do. It's not going to be exactly like the comics.
No,
They are based on the comics.
I know. But they also, they fucked up Bart's character. He's no longer part Thawne. And now he's not even a twin.
Yeah.
So they didn't give us anything that we wanted.
Well, I didn't know any of that. So technically,
well,
I didn't know what I wanted.
Fans, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They didn't give us anything we wanted or, quite frankly, we deserved by this point. Oh, fuck them.
I just like that Jay is to Bart what, Nora was to Barry and everything. I mean, because Nora was his mother, but Jay was like a figure to him that really was like a mentor and meant something to him and that he really loved.
Right.
And, so I just like how somebody who also was like a Flash has that
right
influence on him.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that's
And I always just like seeing John Wesley Shipp again. I like whenever he gets to be a part of the show. Because he's the OG, and so it's just cool when he gets to show up.
Yeah.
Whether it's as Henry Allen or whether it's as Jay Garrick, it's just nice to see him on the show.
Yeah. So how the fuck is he there and Barry's still there?
It's a different timeline?
If it's a different timeline, then Jay would have replaced Henry and Barry wouldn't have been born.
Yeah.
So therefore Barry's not supposed to be there if Jay is there. They need to fucking answer this because I'm already pissed about it. And I'm not the only one.
But didn't they say something in the episode about why he was able to be alive again?
No, they said that he can run again, finally. They've known he's been there, they just never said anything.
But I thought they said something about, when it got changed or when the multiverse, something like that. I thought something was said, when they showed Jay for the first time and, the actress who plays Nora, the doctor, Joan or whatever, was looking over him, and something about him being able to be alive.
No. She's just saying, I'm a doctor and I don't have time to take care of your cuts and bruises, so don't get hurt.
Okay. But wasn't when there was a scene with, the Flash, Barry and all of them, didn't they mention something?
Not that I noticed, and I was trying my best to find out the entire episode. So if I missed it, then fuck them for making it be so short.
Okay. Well, maybe they didn't. I just thought that they had mentioned something about it.
I mean, maybe they did, but they made it such a short explanation that my searching ears missed it. If they did, please comment below so I can stop feeling this fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the episode. There's just too major piss about it that I'm pissed off about.
Yeah. I liked seeing Cisco again.
Yes.
And I like that he came and helped save the day. He's like, I leave Central City for
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how Bart and Nora are trying to keep things secret from
Or Barry and Iris are just so damn oblivious that they don't realize it.
But
because they literally said Grandpa Joe. And
but I mean, apparently they've known that Joe's been there the entire time, which pisses me off because they never told us Grandpa Joe, whatever, like Jay, was here. Like, they've had a year and a half to let us know that Jay was there.
Yeah.
But they did state, like, yeah, I get that Grandpa Joe, Iris is dead. But, like, they said, send us to Grandpa Joe's, blah, 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 sure, whatever. But, like, the fact remains that later on, they weren't surprised that Jay was there. Like, they're like, oh yeah, no, Jay got his speed back when we reformed the Speed Force. It's like, well, okay, fucking shit, guys. Let us know that Jay survived. We only watched him sacrifice himself in the fucking crossover.
Yeah, which I really raved about because I thought that it was a great way to pay tribute to his version of the character. But they also didn't do what they said they were going to do that whole time, which was have Barry be missing in Crisis.
So, like, one, they didn't deliver on what they promised, and two, they fucking backtracked on it.
They did.
So, I mean, the only good thing about this episode were the kids.
And the West Allen stuff, and the Chester and Allegra stuff.
You know what I mean. Everything else seemed to piss me off.
But don't say everything else pissed you off except for those things.
Good. Things you listed made me happy.
Okay.
But everything else pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm glad Grandpa Joe made it out of the woods. And I'm glad that he's questioning Officer What's-Her-Face.
Kramer.
Okay, Kramer, because Kramer is supposed to be dead.
Maybe she won't bother them anymore now.
Well, she
got her closure.
No, she's still gonna be a bitch.
But maybe she won't go after Metas.
She's still gonna go after Metas. He was a Meta, and he did that to everyone. Her deal with Metas isn't gonna change overnight because they captured the one that fucked her over. So she's going to be after Metas, and I can't wait until the moment that she dies and comes back and realizes she's a fucking Meta. Because obviously, bitch is fucking immortal. And then she'll
have a change of heart.
Holy hell. I need her to have that crisis of conscience soon.
Yeah. I mean, it was really cool when Barry was going into August Hart's consciousness and Cecile was like, follow my voice.
To her eyes!
Oh. That was so cool.
So happy.
That was so cool.
It was. Yeah. Dude, every time Barry goes under the helmet like that, the red racing across his eyes makes him look hella sad. Like, I was like, is he starting to cry? Like, what's going on here? Does it hurt? Like, damn.
Yeah, this article is saying that, once again, the Flash is seemingly setting up Barry defeating a bad guy without actually defeating them in some decisive fight. Move was great as a one-off subversion of expectations with Mirror Master. When it happened again with the Speed Force, I definitely felt the shtick got old. Now there's seemingly a chance of it happening again with August Hart with his upcoming mind battle, and it may just send me over the edge if it happens again. Of course, there's also a chance I'm completely wrong, and The Flash ends Season 7 with an all-out superhero brawl and Barry beating the snot out of August Hart for trying to kill his children. Ultimately, that's what I'm hoping for, because I'm not sure anyone wants to see Barry inspire or guilt another villain into apologizing and riding off into the sunset a changed person. Sometimes villains can't be changed and need to be destroyed as a result. The Flash Season 7 finale airs on Tuesday, July 20th at 8.
Yes.
I mean, we are going to get to see Irish be a speedster again.
Yes, which we kind of knew.
Awesome. And they're going to renew their vows, which I'm so excited about, because my babies are renewing their vows, and I love them.
Yes, and Cisco is officiating.
And it's going to be in the West House, and they're all going to be there, and it's going to be so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that leads into an announcement of, I'm pregnant.
Right. I think that announcement is going to happen when she gets her speed back, like... Yeah. I don't have speed. Mom.
Yeah.
So all of this that's going on is all Nora's fault?
And Godspeed and August Hart apparently tries to kill not just Bart, but both of them?
What do you mean?
Because it said in the article trying to kill his children.
Well, yeah, I mean... Uncle Jay meant everything to both of them, but more to Bart.
Yeah.
You know, Grandpa Jay meant a lot to both, but he supported Bart in a way that the others couldn't.
Yeah.
But you know, like, she said she's 4 years from turning 30. Okay.
Which means she's 26.
Mm-hmm. Which means if they're from the year 2049... maybe Barry, the fucking smartest guy in the room, should do the fucking math and figure out, maybe she's bound to be born in the next couple months.
I think Barry's just so focused on ending the Godspeed War that he's not thinking about that now.
I know, but you know what I'm saying?
Like, yes, he was focused on that before, but now that there's a possibility of something happening with his children and this war, he's not thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that he doesn't know, he's just not focused on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, frankly, I think Barry's gonna break the news to Iris, not the other way around.
Or Nora.
No, because they're keeping it a secret. Like how Bart skirted the subject really quick once he noticed what he was saying.
Oh, did you notice that it said Ferris Air on one of the things at the beginning when they showed 2049 Central City?
No.
Like, there are a couple nods to various DC Comics businesses and sports franchises visible, including Ferris Air, the company that employed Green Lantern Hal Jordan, the Central City Sharks football franchise, and Palmer Technologies, which was established by Ray Palmer before he joined the Legends of Tomorrow.
And
the headquarters of Iris West newspaper, now Central City Citizen Media, can also be seen with the latest news scrolling down the side of its skyscraper.
Well...
This is an article about all of the Easter eggs.
Yeah, Screen Rant.
Heart of the Matter, Part 1, made a number of references to Bart Allen Jr., not always thinking before he acts and being very impulsive, a habit that drives his more studious sister crazy. This is a nod to the comic book character of Impulse, who heavily inspired the Arrowverse version of Bart Allen. With yellow glasses and a red on white bodysuit, Bart's costume is an incredibly accurate adaptation of Impulse's costume from the comics. It should be noted, however, that despite sharing the name Bart Allen, the comic book Impulse was Barry Allen's grandson rather than his son. It should also be noted that, despite the nods, the Arrowverse Bart is never said to use the codename Impulse.
No, they keep saying he's impulsive.
Yeah, but I guess they don't actually say...
Right, but if they're not gonna name him Impulse, then he better fucking get his moniker soon, because this is driving me crazy.
Yeah. And it said it also revealed that Jay Garrick and Dr. Joan Williams, who previously lived on Earth 3 in the pre-crisis Arrowverse, are alive and well, living in Keystone City on Earth Prime. More, Jay has found his super speed restored in the 40 days since Barry Allen and Iris West created an artificial speed force. So we got it back from the artificial speed force.
Yes, that's not what I'm bitching about. He shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And we should have known he was here since since Crisis.
Yeah, in the original Flash comics, the timeline after Crisis on Infinite Earths was changed so that Jay Garrick was Earth's first Flash, Barry Allen his successor, and that their two hometowns, Central City and Keystone City, became twin cities occupying a similar space as Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. It appears that something similar may have happened with the post-Crisis timeline of the Arrowverse, though without Jay Garrick being a part of the new Earth's history.
Yes, but they need to say that. That's not canon. That's someone's opinion on what's happening.
Yeah.
We don't know how Jay Garrick is there. If Jay Garrick is there, then Henry hasn't been there. Because in the comics, Jay Garrick and Henry were totally different looking people. They were not the same fucking genetics.
But they're not doing the same thing as in the comics.
I'm aware, but I'm saying that that's how they were able to do that. This way, they're both the same fucking people with the exact same genetics. So it's like, I'm sorry, but Jay can't exist if Henry's exists.
Yeah.
So, fuck you.
Yeah. But I mean, even when they started first showing Jay, like Henry had died, right?
Yes, but that's not the point. Jay didn't give birth. Jay and what's her face?
Dr. Joan
didn't give birth to Barry.
Yeah, I know.
So if Jay's on this earth, who gave birth to Barry? Because it wasn't Nora. Nora doesn't exist because Joan's there.
Mm-hmm.
Henry doesn't exist because Jay's there.
Mm-hmm.
So who are Barry's parents? And where are they? Obviously, they never existed. Give me a concrete reason as to why the fuck Barry still exists that doesn't contradict the fucking story like you just did with Jay being alive. I like the rest of it though.
Yeah. So, we see him going into August Hart's consciousness and trying to defeat him with the, what's it called? Zuriel Cathedral?
The Zoriel.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I think maybe, like, yeah. He sees himself as the god of speed, but I'm sorry, the god of speed is Nora.
Yeah.
Like, you're not the Speed Force. The Speed Force is the god of speed. Fuck you. I'm sorry, the Speed Force didn't choose you. You manufactured your own damn speed, so you're not even part of the Speed Force. Therefore, the Speed God didn't choose you. Chose Barry. And, in essence, his children. And technically speaking, the Speed Force is Barry's child. Therefore, Barry's the god of speed.
Mm-hmm.
Not you. And his children are descendants. And also brother and sister to the Speed Force, the Psych Force, and the Slow Force, and the Strength Force. So, you know what? They have superpowers for super powerful siblings that if they called upon could probably beat your ass.
Yeah.
So, don't fuck with them.
I like how, you know, even though, like, they haven't really been around each other a lot or, like, know each other that, like, as well as they could know each other, the fact that he still recognized that Allegra was not herself because she called him Chester and she never does that. And because, you know,
I nuked it. No, you didn't.
Like the different things, you know, he wants to help. He wants to
Yeah.
be there for her.
I'm glad she came clean to him.
And, you know, I don't know. I like seeing the beginnings of it, of just where it goes, you know.
Yeah. Yes, I do. I can't wait to see where it goes. I want to see their relationship unfold and bloom and blossom and grow.
I mean, I think it's a really sweet dynamic. Like, they're very different, but they also understand each other.
Right.
And, like, I don't know. I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, like, it's exciting. It's a new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait.
Because, I mean, since we're probably not going to get much Ralph and Sue, having something else besides West Allen is nice. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Cecile and Joe. They're sweet.
Yes, but they're already married.
But
and it's not a blossoming
no,
relationship.
but, like, with Chester and Allegra, it's, like, this new, like, everything is just, like, heightened, and it's new, and it's, you know, just all these little moments, all these things that, like, you notice and observe, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like seeing that.
Right.
So. And I mean, you know, it is hard for Barry and Iris because they haven't been around for their children's lives.
Even birth.
So them trying to be an authority over them is not really working out very well because they don't know, they haven't been there, and they don't understand all the implications of what they dealt with in 2049 and, you know, the different things that they've had to go through their lives to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And so I understand that they want to try to protect them and keep them safe, but at the same time, they need them just as much as they need them to be safe, because without them, they can't defeat Godspeed.
Right.
And, you know, and because Godspeed is Bart's arch nemesis, he needs to be a part of ending that. It can't be Barry's job. It can't be Nora's job. It has to be Bart and everybody else working together to end it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know it's difficult for them because they want to be the parents, but they're also adults.
Bart, 19 is debatable, but yes.
Well, Nora's an adult.
Yeah.
But, like...
No, yeah.
It's hard. Because
it is.
They want to be the parents for them that they need to be, but they haven't been there, so they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And, you know, Nora's trying to be the peacekeeper and keep everybody calm and, like, be like, it'll be okay, it'll work out, like, and just try to make sure that, you know, she helps and gets them to understand and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, I'm anxious to see how it's all going to culminate and like into what's going to happen in the last part.
Right. I mean, obviously they all have to band together to fight him.
Yeah, and it'll be great to see Iris put on the suit and be a part of that with them.
Yes.
And, yeah, and then they'll probably defeat them, and then they'll have their vow renewal,
and then the kids will go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably stay for a little bit.
Maybe we'll get some other stuff with Chester and Allegra. Probably not a kiss, but we'll get something.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't over when he was saying, you know, it's not your fault, and she left. Like,
he
just wants so badly to, like, help her.
Yeah.
To make her understand that, like, this doesn't all have to be on her.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not all her job to do this.
Right.
And I don't know. I just think they have a really great friendship and a really great dynamic, and
Mhm.
I like that. So.
Yes. I can't wait to see that grow. And I mean, I know what we want it to turn into, but I want to like I won't be sorely disappointed if it's not. I just want to see what happens.
I
with
really
them.
just wanted him to say something like, "Well, you have family here."
Yeah, but like she wants her cousin. Like her cousin helps raise her.
I know.
You know, like.
But just something that was like comforting in that way.
Yeah, but at the moment that wouldn't have been comforting.
No, I know.
Because she knows she's also failing them.
Yeah.
So like to know that you're failing two families, like
True.
that would hurt more than help right now.
No, I know. I liked what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Just in my head, I had,
Yeah, I know.
other ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fine.
Yes. So, anything else? No.
I mean, we did get a lot of Easter eggs this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nice if they. I liked that there was that callback of, to Bart kind of mentioning to them, like in Young Justice. Oh yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't get it, but it was still
Right.
kind of a cool like throwback to that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
So next week is the finale.
Yes, and then we only have a couple months.
And wait until November.
Yeah.
We have 3 months.
Yeah, just a couple.
But yeah, so this was the 150th episode. And
kind of hoping for more from that.
I think that a lot of people were saying this was better than the 100th episode.
Well, I'm not saying no.
And because the 100th would have been in season 5.
I think the 100th was the wedding.
That was season 4.
Oh, was it?
That was the season 4 crossover.
Oh.
Let me see. I think the 100th had something to do with, like... The 100th was What's Past is Prologue. It was right before the Elseworlds crossover. So to defeat Cicada, Nora comes up with a plan to assemble the necessary components from discarded villain items in the past and hide them in the present. Barry travels back in time to recover the 3 components and reluctantly takes Nora with him.
Right, where they travel through time and talk to Thawne a couple different times.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the joke about, well, not really a joke, but like, oh, there's only one of you. I come from a time when there was 2.
Yeah,
type thing.
Yeah. So.
He called her Dawn.
Well, maybe her name is either Dawn Nora Allen or Nora Dawn Allen.
Yeah.
Dawn is somewhere in her name. It's either her first name or her middle name.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Yeah.
And why would Bart be a junior? Because unless his name is actually Bartholomew, like Barry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Bart would be an abbreviation of Bartholomew.
Okay.
First couple letters.
So maybe he's like Bart Dawn Allen or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But it's probably there somewhere in her name.
Yeah. Well.
But that was also the 100th episode was also before they had the current writers.
Well, yeah.
Before they had the current showrunner.
Right, but you can't
So-
just fuck all over, everything that was done.
Oh, they can.
No, like, and they kept everything the way it has been.
Yeah.
So you can't just not have.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, that 100th episode can't not have happened.
Mm-hmm.
It happened.
Yeah. Even though it was a different
showrunner, yes, but not a different
Well, no,
timeline.
Everything that happened post or before Crisis is technically different than what's happening now. Because they literally reset everything.
It happened within their lives. They experienced it. They still remember it.
Yeah. But the other Nora died. Because remember in this episode, she's like, I still feel like there's a part of me that's
the other Nora was technically, she didn't, like, this version of her isn't the same because Barry never disappeared.
Okay.
If Barry disappeared, it would be the same version of Nora. It would just be history repeating itself. But since Barry never disappeared and Crisis fucked over the entire world, then yes, Nora's not going to be the same, but it's still the same. Everything about her is the same, it's just her experiences aren't.
Yeah.
That's the only difference about her. And her best friend wasn't killed by Godspeed because Jay was killed by Godspeed. It's the only difference.
Except Bart went and fixed that, and now he's not dead.
No. No, because if Jay died in the past, Bart wouldn't have met Jay.
Yeah, that's true.
So Jay dies in the future, not
The past.
now.
Yeah.
So he saved the past from being changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if he dies now, Bart wouldn't have that support system.
Right.
Then the best friend probably would have died again. Of Nora's.
So does that mean that this Jay doesn't have all the same experiences either because he's not technically the same as the one before? Like Nora?
I'm hoping that he is. That he... Because remember what they were doing, they had gotten all the timelines together on ships and flew them off.
Mm-hmm. They were from Earth 3. Him and Joan
Right.
were from Earth 3.
They got all the Earth in the ships.
Now they're on Earth Prime.
In Crisis, they got all the Earth things into ships and flew them out together. So they were all flying side by side within the same space.
Mm-hmm.
All along the thing of Earth Prime because all the other Earths were disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
So they all came to Earth Prime world and flew off together.
Mm-hmm.
So technically they were all there. Jay could have been on one of those ships.
Mm.
Maybe that's how he got there. That he survived the actual explosion.
Yeah.
But they need to tell us that.
And then got his powers back from the artificial speed force.
Mm-hmm. Because apparently the only thing that fucking happened to him in Crisis was he lost his speed when he disappeared.
Because he was supposed to die. Just like Barry was supposed to die or go missing. Well, at least go missing, not die necessarily, but go missing. In Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Still not over that.
No.
Because you don't build up until that point, the fact that Barry's gonna go missing in Crisis and then have Crisis happen and have that not occur.
Yeah.
Because if you're planning on changing it, then you need to tell us that. You need to lead up to that in some way. Because he was literally preparing everybody for the chance that he was not going to come back. That he was going to be missing. But because of what transpired, he survived.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I'm happy about, but don't lead us on and make us believe that something is going to happen and then not have that happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I mean, the way that they, like I said, the way that they sent off Jay and that whole tribute and all the stuff that they did to, like, pay tribute to that character and his version of that was wonderful. And I was super, super happy about that when they did it in Crisis. That was one of the few things that we actually were happy about and enjoyed in that episode. And then having him come back, even though I like him being around again, feels like it's kind of just trampling all over that. Because it's like, you're sending him off. And I know that, like, they can change the rules and people can come back and, like, all this stuff can happen. But, like, either have them be dead or not. Because not everybody needs to die in order for you to bring them back. And, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully we get an explanation. If not, then I guess we'll just have to be forever bitter like we are about Crisis.
Yeah. So, I guess
Until next time, keep believing in the impossible.